I always save my shards anytime that they have a ×2 boost going on, which is exactly what is happening with ancient shards. So for today, I'm gonna go ahead and pull my shards and see if we can maybe hit that targeted champion. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. For these shards that we've got going on today, as I said, there is a targeted champion. And this champion, of course, is one that I do not have. And I will say this every single time that I do one of these until I pull it. I have never pulled the targeted champion. However, we do have Turndrake as the champ here. Now, if we are able to get him, then we'll see what happens. But if not, I'm hoping I can at least get somebody else that I do not have. I do have 85 shards going into this. So we'll see what happens. I do feel like it has been a bit since I've actually pulled my ancient shards. And the last time that I pulled them, I don't think that I got a legendary from them. So I could be somewhere near my Mercy potentially. That's not actually, you guys, now that I'm thinking about it, I did pull Cheshire Cat, but that was on my other account. So on this account, we'll see what happens. But on the other one, I'm pretty sure that I hit Mercy. And yes, I am going to be pulling shards on that account as well. So be sure that you subscribe so you're able to see what I potentially do get out of there. Now, there is, of course, different events going on right now. There is, I think, a champion chase. I think that's the one that's happening. So we'll see kind of where things go with the champ chase. I know that there is a soul, and anytime that they have that perfect soul in there, typically, we'll see what the leaderboard is at, but usually there's somebody that is like way up there that is gunning for it and trying to get it, but you never know what could happen. Now, I did end up pulling out of here 2 epics. Taragi, I do actually have the champ that I also have built. However, I don't think I have Mistrider Sylvan Watchers, which is something I'm actually lacking in, so not necessarily a bad thing. Now, first skill does have a chance of removing a random buff and a 10% chance of granting this champ an extra turn. Attacks all enemies with a chance of decreasing the defense for 2 turns. Grants an extra turn if a 60% defense is placed on all enemies by this skill. Oh, all enemies. Okay. 50% increase attack buff and increase accuracy buff on this champ for 3 turns, then grants. So he's kind of going with the extra turns. Now, I may potentially build this champ, especially for faction wars. I'm missing some in there. And if I can actually maybe get him on a Relentless and really take advantage of the extra turn, that's an idea. Honestly, you guys, just thinking out there. But like I said, that's a faction I'm actually lacking in. So maybe a champ I at least bring to 50. I don't think I could really go wrong with that. So we'll see. Geomancer! I have you on this account. This is an epic I wanted for so long, you guys. And I ended up getting him from like Progressive, I'm pretty sure is where I got him. So I do have him here. I actually need him on my other account now, but I'm never going to be mad at seeing a Geomancer. That's a great champ, honestly. Great champ to show up. I'll take him. It's just funny when you're wanting a champion so bad and then you finally get him and then he just kind of shows up. So, oh, look at those epics in there. Yaga the Insatiable. I don't think I ever actually built you. I don't believe so. Maybe not. This is also new. They're giving me champs from Sylvan Watchers, you guys. It's like they heard me. They're like, this is what Cece's missing. This is what she needs. 50% chance of stealing a random buff from the target. Attacks all enemies before attacking, removes all debuffs from this champ. That's kind of nice. 75% chance of removing a random buff from all enemies. The all enemies is nice as well. Now, the damage increases by 30% if this champ has no active debuffs, and will ignore unkillable buffs if this champ has no active debuffs. Accuracy is increased by 50. So essentially, don't want to get debuffed. That is what I'm seeing. And look at that. Ally attack and faction grip. Listen, my faction for Sylvan Watchers is about to get that much better. Calling it right now. The nice thing with these epics is I can easily bring them to 50 and it's okay. I probably, for now, wouldn't bring them to 60 because I honestly have so many champs that I probably should bring to 60 above these guys. So while they're in there, they're not going to be a priority. 50 at least I can bring them to though. Captain Tamila. She kind of reminds me of like a budget Elenaril, just based on the look. Now she's probably gonna say before I like insult her potentially what she does, because she probably has nothing with the same skills, but looks wise is what I'm saying. We have a chance of placing a continuous heal buff on this champ if critical. Heals the place a 60% increase defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Heals all allies by 15% of this champ's max HP. Ally protection as well. Faction Crips. Listen, I'm telling you guys, it's about to get a level up in there. Now, I'm never mad at seeing new epics though. Ruella, another Sylvan Watchers. See what I'm saying? Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each critical hit as a chance of stealing. I like the stealing of the turn here. Not decreasing, stealing. Attacks one enemy 3. So many multi-hits. We have a chance of placing a decreased defense, a weaken, decreased speed. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20% and an increased crit rate buff. Hey, I was Fire Knight 100%. Fire Knight 100%. I'm actually pretty stoked for Ruella. She's a champ I feel like I could definitely make use out of. Something that definitely fits a niche I don't have. So I'm going to take that. That's a win. I mind you, there are so many champs in this game that I do not have. So many I don't have. So that's kind of nice. Fill in my gaps a little bit. I realized I went into single pulls. I will go back into the times 10 ones as well. I don't know. 80? What did I have? 80 something shards? Am I going to get a legendary? I don't know. Hard to say. I usually don't count on that unless I think I'm like somewhere near progressive. Rearguard Sergeant. Let's see. Decrease defense. AoE on here with a chance of decreasing the attack. Heals this champ a bit. Ally protection. Continuous heal. Okay. I did at some point say I don't have very many force champs, so... All right, let's do my last times 10s and see what happens in here. Oh. You also look like a... Never mind. A barbarian. Stun on the first skill. Stun on the second skill with an AoE. Remove all stun debuffs from them. Or from him. From everyone, actually. Immune to stun debuffs. Okay. Interesting. A little crowd control in there. Could be worth a build. How many more do I have? Is this my last times 10? Maybe, possibly. At least one more. That shield is intense. We have a weaken and a leech, an AoE, removing a random debuff from all allies. Ally protection, increase defense. Oh, like I said, I'm seeing new champs, so I really don't mind that. Okay, my last 2 times 10 pulls here. Fingers crossed. Are we going to see any legendaries? Gory. That's an interesting name in there. Shadowkin. Attacks an enemy 2 times, extra hit if they're under freeze. Heals this champ. Attacks 3 times at random. Chance of placing freeze. Will ignore defense and shield buffs. Will ignore some defense if they're under freeze. Also places a counterattack. Increase attack buff. Counterattacks with the cold comfort skill whenever places stun, sleep, freeze. Oh, I will say I love getting champs like this that are kind of unique to something that I don't have, something they do that I, you know, works nicely. All right, this is my last times 10 pull, and all right, we are not walking away with any new legendaries, but I did get new epics in here. So we have attacked enemy 2 times. Payrel is who we're getting here, with decrease attack debuff. Attacks all enemies, decrease defense, decrease attack. We'll place a sleep debuff. Pretty excited for this one as well. Actually, I don't have Tayrell. Very stoked for this pull. So that was whatever it was, 80 something shards. And again, we didn't get this targeted champion. One of these times maybe it'll happen. But like I said, I'm walking away with some new stuff. Not too bad on the epics. And then in terms of the actual tournament, champion chase, where are we at here? We got to the 3rd. Right now we got to 3rd, but this is what I'm saying. See that #1 spot with the 8,000 in there? Now, 100% not mad in any way, shape, or form from what I got. Got some really good champs here. Got some epics I'm actually excited for. So we'll see like who I end up building first between them. That was it for my polls. And as always, if you guys have any suggestions for the champions that I pulled, please leave those down in the comments below. Let me know if you did end up polling and if you got anything good. Be sure you guys also subscribe so you don't miss out on the polls I'll be doing on my other account. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!